Hey there, so today I wanted to go over 3 different things that businesses make mistakes with when they try to do lead generation campaigns. The first one is that some companies, they want to run different lead generation campaigns, but they don't really keep an eye on any KPIs. For example, as lead generators, we bring in phone calls for these clients, right? So some clients, they'll get phone calls. Maybe they don't book those phone calls into appointments, or maybe they have no shows, or maybe they don't have any sales from the leads. And what we find is that the companies that succeed, they're the ones that look at every KPI and work on improving those KPIs. If on average your company is doing 50% of leads are closing, then you want to make sure that you're advertising on Meta, if you're advertising on Google, that 50% of those leads from each platform are closing. If it's not at that percent, maybe you want to look and see what you can do to improve it. Because sometimes, there are improvements that need to be made. Getting a lead from online is very different than getting a referral. A referral already knows who you are. They already trust you because their friends or family already told them to go to you. But someone from Google or Meta, they don't know you yet. They don't trust you yet, but they're interested in working with you. So you might need to push a little bit more in order to get that sale. And you need to make sure that your sales process is working by keeping an eye on those KPIs. But the second point is that you really need to make sure that you're spending enough money for your lead generation efforts. In some industries, the lead might cost $200, $300. In others, they might cost $30. The issue becomes if you are selling a high ticket service and you have a very small budget. Because you're selling a very high ticket service, your leads are going to be expensive and you need to have enough budget in order for you to be able to really get enough leads so that you can get some sales. So what I always tell my clients is you want to spend at least $2,000 a month on any campaign. And I'm actually thinking about increasing that threshold a little bit more for some industries because leads can be expensive. And I always find that the companies who complain too much about the $2,000 a month, they are not the right ones to run campaigns with, because you need to understand that you need to spend money to make money. And then the third mistake that a lot of companies make is that they're not patient. So let's say you have your KPIs, let's say you have your sufficient budget, but maybe you're not being patient enough. That really could just throw all your efforts down the drain. And the reason is that when it comes to any campaign, you're really looking at 2 things. One, the leads that I'm generating, are we getting good leads at the beginning? And if we're not, what can we do to improve those leads? And 2, if the sales team is getting these leads, are they doing a good job of closing them? And if they're not, what can be done so that they do a better job of closing them? So there's 2 sides with any lead generation campaign. There's a side of the company who's running the campaigns and giving you the leads, and then there's a side of the sales team. Which what happens is that, like I said, a referral might close a lot sooner than a lead from online versus, someone who doesn't know who you are, they might need a little bit more. So if let's say you're selling a big ticket item and you give up after a month, well, maybe that lead could convert in a month as long as you're following up. But sometimes some companies, and really it doesn't happen that much anymore, but it would happen a lot when for some reason, I was willing to work with clients who had less than $2,000 to spend per month. They didn't really have a lot of patience. So if things weren't working the first or second week, they'd already looking for a way out. But the ones who really succeed are the ones who know that, look, we need to start getting leads, right? The leads might not be very good the first few weeks, but over time they're going to improve. My sales team might not be very good at handling those leads in the first couple of weeks, but over time they're going to improve. So that's the mindset you need. You need to make sure that you can be patient and continuously improve. So I hope that you found this video helpful. These are 3 reasons why companies I see have lead generation campaigns that don't work. And I think that in most cases you can turn them around. Again, you want to make sure that you have your KPIs and that you're keeping an eye on them so that you're continuously able to sell. Number 2, it's that you're spending enough budget so that you get enough leads so that you're able to get enough opportunities to sell to. And number 3, you want to make sure that you're patient enough, because if you give up as soon as you're starting to get some momentum in getting some leads, maybe having some consultations, and if you give up too early, then all of your efforts won't ever amount to really getting to that point where your team is doing a great job with the leads. Okay, so I hope that this video helped you out. I highly recommend that if you've never done any lead generation campaigns, to focus on those 3 mistakes and do what you can so you don't make them, and trust me, you're gonna have a better experience. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more. Thank you very much. Have a good one.